and drop this one for you guys. Although I gave you guys a content yesterday night, I had to come back and give you guys a content. Now, people, this content is troubling. I'm not sure why the black community always find themselves with guns. I am not sure why the black community is always at a rival of each other. I am not sure what's happening with these young youths in their 20s, but these young youths in their 20s dropping out of school end up with guns, all here stealing cars, and not only that, the saddest part, their life is going down the drain by getting charged for murder, and not only that, innocent bystanders are dying like this 12-year-old in this story. So I am going to read from my best of my ability, and the story is kind of disturbing because this little boy was on his way to McDonald's with his mom when he got the shot in his neck. The perpetrator testify and all of that and all of these things. So I just want you guys to listen keenly to the story, so to speak. I was disgusted with myself. Toronto man on trial for murdering 12-year-old testifies. One of the three men on trial for the first-degree murder of 12-year-old Dante Andreatta, a North York boy who was struck by a stray bullet on Jane Street nearly 5 years ago, testified Wednesday that he has blood on his hands, knowing his action caused the boy's death. Rashawn Chambers told a jury that on November 8, 2020, he learned that 3 people had been shot and a 12-year-old had been struck by a stray bullet. He said that the news came to him the day after he and his co-accused, Jawayne Smart and C.J. Hobbs, were involved in a shooting in a parking lot near Jane Street and Finch Avenue. He and Jetta died on the 11th, and I was charged with first-degree murder. He told me I was charged with killing a 12-year-old. It was the worst thing of my life. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I was in distress. He was walking with his mom to McDonald's and he got shot. I was disgusted with myself. I couldn't believe I had caused the death of a 12-year-old, said Chambers. Adretta's aunt, who was sitting in the body of the courtroom, was crying as she listens to Chambers' testimony. I thought my life was in danger, said Chambers. I thought I was being shot at. It happened so fast. I wish that it never happened or never happened. I wish the car ran me over because a 12-year-old boy would still be alive. And I chose the wrong path in my life. I will deal with the consequences of my action. That's the truth. Wearing a light gray suit, white shirt and gray tie, and glasses, his short hair braided in tight cornrows, Chambers testified that he began dealing drugs at the age of 16. Whoa, 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 whoa. At least he's honest. And was making 500 to 1,000 a day selling heroin and crack cocaine. He told court he grew up with a single mother in Jane and Finch neighborhood where guys selling drugs and brandishing guns was a normal thing. Mighty God. A high school dropout, Chambers testified he bought a gun for $4,000 in 2019 from a friend named Jack. Oh my, he even put the friend in it who he bought the gun from. From a friend named Jack, and the gun until got arrested in November 2020. Chambers explained that he needed the gun for protection and said he had a switch on it could turn on or off, enabling it to fire automatically. You never know what you're walking into. You never know the mentality somebody has when you're dealing with drugs, he testified. Chambers also told the jury that Jawayne Smart is his cousin. When Chambers were 14-year-old while staying with Smart's family in Regent Park, Chambers said Smart was shot 3 times when bullets came flying into Smart's room. Chambers said both he and Smart loved play basketball, and he believed that Smart was getting scouted for the NBA, but after the shooting, they both lost their love for the sport. Chambers described Smart as a brother and said the two would deal drugs together. He took the same path that I did, so our bond was the same way. Chambers told court that he was two separate convictions that he has two separate convictions for possessing drugs for purposes of trafficking. In October 2018, he was sentenced to 6 months in jail after 54 months pretrial custody. He was also given a mandatory weapons prohibition in January 2019, and he also convicted of assault and given suspended sentence. So he's not supposed to have no weapon, but still end up with a weapon, right? The jury has heard it is admitted fact that Smart was the second shooter that day. Andreatta was fatally shot. Chamber 29 testified he and Hobbs, who admitted to being driver on the day of Andreatta was shot, have been friends since grade school, and said he provided the stolen Honda Accord on that day of the shooting. Chambers told the jury that Hobbs' business is stealing cars. Oh, wow. Could you imagine? That's common thing he does. He always have a car standby that's available, Chambers explained. Do you hear this? That's a common thing he does. He always has a car on standby that's available, Chambers explained. Wow, wow. Chambers said the trio was planning to go to 25 Stone Court at 2 p.m. because Hobbs had set up a deal to sell a kilogram of cocaine for $60,000 to a man from London. We're going to rip him off. We're going to sell him fake cocaine, said Chambers, explaining there was a shortage of drugs at the time due to coronavirus. The man from London was someone Chambers said they had never met before. Chambers said the man they were looking for was known as KD, and he would be in a silver Nissan. When they arrived, Chambers testified they noticed a silver car with two men inside, but it was a silver Honda. He said Hobbs drove behind the car and noticed the window was rolled down. The man sitting in the passenger seat was pointing down. Chambers said he didn't know why he was doing that. Chambers testified he did not believe it was the car they were looking to do the drug deal with because it wasn't a Nissan, and the 2 or 3 people he could see inside the car seemed a bit young. Wow. Chambers said Hobbs believed they were the buyers, and to settle their disagreement, Chambers said he and Smart go out of the car to confirm they weren't the buyers. He testified he suddenly heard Smart yell, "What the F?" Then he heard a shot and saw the car charging towards him. Now I'm thinking this car is shooting at me. I panicked, I freaked, and I lost control. It just happened so fast, just instant reflexes, said Chambers. Chambers' lawyer, Monty McGregor, asked what he was thinking when he heard Smart swearing, followed by a gunshot. Chambers responded, "These guys are trying to hurt or kill me. These guys just tried to shoot at Jawane. I was panicking. I was in shock." Video surveillance showed Chamber behind the rear of the car while Smart was near the front as the car drove off. Both men can be seen shooting toward the vehicle as it drives off. It is agreed fact that both men discharged 18 rounds from a Glock 19 handguns. "I wish I never done that, but I was trying to defend myself," said Chambers. McGregor asked Chambers if he was in control when he started shooting, to which Chambers replied, "At the time, no, everything happened so fast." Deshaun Daly, the passenger who was sitting in the front of the passenger seat of the car, testified earlier in the trial that he and 4 friends were sitting in the car smoking weed when they saw a silver Honda Accord pull up. Daly believed they wanted to park in their parking spot. Daly testified he then noticed a man wearing a mask with a bulge in his sweater. Paranoid, high on drugs, and concerned due to the neighborhood they were in, Daly said he pulled a pistol out of his waistband and pointed out of the windows to scare them off. So these are a bunch of guys probably in their 20s, young, claim that they didn't finish school, selling drugs at the age of 16, and they all had guns. Could you imagine? What is this world coming to? What is our black youths coming to? Why do our black children need guns and our black youth needs guns? What are we fighting over? The turf? Fighting over who's wearing blue, who's wearing red, and a turf? And neighborhood that don't belong to us, even when we die? Oh my. Let's continue. He did not testify to firing his gun. The 36 shell casing on the scene were linked to the 2 firearms found on 2 of the accused. 36 shell casing, people. Channel Star. Daly testified that's when all hell broke loose and shots began to fly. Daly was struck 4 times but survived. The jury has heard that Daly, 22, is currently serving time in jail after being convicted on 2 counts of break and enter. Chambers, Smart, and Hobbs have all pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. The trial continues. So if they have pleaded not guilty, guys, to first-degree murder. So if a person can come testify what happened that day and how they fire and they're shooting, then why do they plead not guilty if the 12-year-old child is dead from an innocent, he's an innocent bystander with 36 shell casing was flying out of the gun. That's how the little boy ended up dead. The 12-year-old child. Okay, minding his business, going about his business with his mama to McDonald's. Okay, guys? So I had to come and shout out this trial going on like right now. And I had to come and give you guys a rundown. Okay? So I want to make you guys hear it for you guys self. Let's get into this one.
Rashawn Chambers, seen here on November 9th, 2020, getting arrested with his cousin, Joanne Smart, outside a downtown Canadian Tire store, testified Wednesday in his own defense at his first-degree murder trial. 2 days before this takedown, the jury has heard that Chambers and Smart opened fire in the parking lot at 25 Stone Court, while his friend C.J. Hobbs drove them to and from the shooting in a stolen vehicle. 36 rounds were discharged from guns that were on Chambers and Smart at the time of their arrest. 12-year-old Dante Andreatta, who was walking with his mother across Jane Street, was struck in the neck by a stray bullet and died 4 days later. Chambers testified, "He died on the 11th, and I was charged with first-degree murder. It was the worst thing of my life. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat food. I was in distress. He was walking with his mother to McDonald's, and he got shot. I was disgusted with myself. I couldn't believe the decisions I have made in my life. Being greedy led to the death of a 12-year-old. Chambers testified all 3 accused are drug dealers, and Hobbs arranged for them to meet a buyer, a man named KD, in the parking lot at 2 p.m. that day. None of them had met KD. Hobbs said the plan was to sell him a kilogram of cocaine for $60,000, but because there was a shortage of coke due to the coronavirus, they were going to rip him off. Chambers testified when they drove into Stone Court, they were looking for a man in a silver Nissan. Chambers said they pulled up to a silver car, but it was a Honda with 2 or 3 people inside, the passenger side window down. Chambers testified he didn't believe it was their buyer, but Hobbs did. So he and Smart got out to confirm, and suddenly Chambers said he heard Smart yell, "What the F?" and then a gunshot. "I heard a shot. I saw the guys charging at me. So now I'm thinking this car is shooting at me. I panicked. I freaked out, and I lost control. It just happened so fast. Instant reflex. These guys are trying to hurt or kill me. These guys just tried to shoot Joanne. I was in shock." The jury has already heard from a passenger in the Honda they shot up who testified they were chilling smoking weed when he saw a man with a bulge in his sweater running towards him. The passenger testified he was paranoid. He pointed a gun out the window to scare them off before the 2 strangers began shooting. Chambers told the jury he thought his life was in danger and wishes it had never happened. He now has to live with blood on his hands knowing he killed a 12-year-old boy. All 3 men have pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. Catherine McDonald, Global News.
Could you believe? Could you imagine, guys?
Rashawn Chambers was shown this video from November 7th, 2020, over and over again on Monday at the trial for 3 men accused of the first-degree murder of Dante Andreatta, a 12-year-old boy who was hit by a stray bullet that flew across Jane Street and struck him in the neck. Chambers testified he, his cousin Joanne Smart, and his friend C.J. Hobbs drove to 25 Stone Court that day because they were drug dealers and were planning to do a $60,000 drug ripoff. The buyer, a man named K.D., whom they'd never met, was from London and was driving a silver Nissan. Chambers testified he and Smart got out of the car to see if a silver Honda was their buyer when he said he heard Smart yell, "What the F?" before hearing the sound of a gunshot, saying he feared Smart was injured. Chambers told the jury he pulled out his handgun and fired in self-defense, thinking his life might be in danger. The Crown suggested the shooting was planned. You'd agree with me you didn't hear Smart yelling, "What the F?" in the video. Chambers, no, not in the video. Crown, because it didn't happen, sir. Chambers, just because you don't hear it in the video, it definitely did happen. The Crown pointed out that Chambers never saw a gun in the Accord and knew that other than him, Smart was the only one who had a gun. Chambers agreed, saying he had no vision on Smart shooting and thought someone in the car was firing at them and might run them over. Crown, you'd agree with me that what you and Smart did was an excellent way to kill the 5 occupants of the car. Chambers, no. Crown, then why did you run towards it? Chambers, all those emotions. You're not thinking straight. The Crown asked Chambers why he didn't run away from the car, why he didn't get out of the way, why he didn't duck, and why he didn't yell at it to stop. Chambers said he wished he had because Dante would still be alive. Chambers and Smart were arrested 2 days later outside a downtown Canadian Tire with the 2 loaded firearms used in the shooting. The Crown asked Chambers why he needed a firearm with an extended magazine and an automatic switch. He said 9 out of 10 drug dealers have a gun like that and said he carried it around at all times in order to defend himself. Chambers had a weapons prohibition at the time. All 3 accused have pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. Catherine McDonald, Global News.
So could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? One second.
Sean Daly testified he was sitting in the passenger seat of his friend's car with 4 other people on November 7th, 2020, smoking marijuana when he noticed a Honda Accord approach. Daly said he saw 2 people wearing COVID masks in the Accord before one of them came up to his side of the car. Daly, who was 17 at the time, said he pulled a pistol out of his pants because he was high and paranoid due to the area they were in. He testified he pointed his gun out of the car window thinking he could, quote, scare them off when all hell broke loose. That's when 2 men began shooting, running after the car as they continued to fire as Daly's friend drove off. The jury has heard 36 shots were fired. Daly was hit by 4 bullets. The driver was also struck, as was one of the passengers in the back seat. None of their wounds were life-threatening. Sadly, one of the bullets crossed 4 lanes of traffic and struck 12-year-old Dante Andreatta, who was walking with his mother on the west side of Jane Street. Andreatta was hit in the neck and died 4 days later in hospital. 3 men are now on trial for the first-degree murder of Andreatta and 4 counts of attempted murder. Joanne Smart and Rashawn Chambers, who were arrested 2 days later carrying the loaded handguns used in the shooting, and C.J. Hobbs, who was arrested in Halifax days later. Chambers has conceded he was one of the shooters, and Hobbs has conceded he drove the getaway car. The jury must decide whether the second shooter is Smart.
They've completely destroyed our family.
Dante Andreatta's grandmother sat in court on Tuesday holding this photo. She says the family is anxious to understand why this happened to her grandson.
Es una impresión horrible.
It's horrible.
Sabemos que el niño ahí falleció.
We know it goes back to those moments when we know that were last minutes that Dante was alive.
Deshaun Daly testified thinking he was going to pass out. He gave his gun to the friend who was driving and told him to get rid of it. He said the friend put the Glock 26 pistol in the dumpster the next day. Court has heard that friend subsequently died of an overdose and therefore won't be testifying. The jury has also heard that Daly is now serving a sentence for 2 break-and-enters and has prior convictions. All 3 men charged with the murder of Dante Andreatta have pleaded not guilty. Catherine McDonald, Global News.
Could you imagine, guys? Could you imagine? Keep on listening. Could you imagine?
that C.J. Hobbs was driving the stolen Honda Accord on the afternoon of November 7th, 2020, when he and two other men drove into the parking lot of 25 Stone Court and stopped behind a car filled with teenagers. Two masked men jumped out of the stolen Accord and opened fire with handguns on the teens as they drove away. It is also an admitted fact that Rashawn Chambers was one of the two shooters in the parking lot that day. Those two shooters fired 18 rounds each, at least 19 hitting the car. 3 of the teenagers were struck, but all managed to escape with non-life-threatening injuries. Sadly, 12-year-old Dante Andreatta, who was walking with his mother across Jane Street, was hit in the neck. He died 4 days later from a single perforating gunshot wound to the neck. One of the issues the jury must decide is the identity of the second shooter. Joanne Smart, Rashawn Chambers, and C.J. Hobbs are all charged with the first-degree murder of the 12-year-old boy. Smart is the only one whose identity is an issue. Also in court Friday, this video was played, showing the arrest of Chambers and Smart outside the Canadian Tire store at Bay and Dundas just 2 days after the shooting in North York. Watch as police retrieve handguns from both of the accused. The jury had a close look at those guns Friday and was told they were the guns used in the shooting that killed Dante Andreatta. Both were fully loaded at the time Chambers and Smart were taken down and had selector switches on them, allowing them to shoot as fully automatic firearms. Chambers, Smart, and Hobbs have all pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder and 5 counts of attempted murder. On Friday, the family of Dante Andreatta attended the courthouse for the first time.
Could you imagine, people? Could you imagine it? Could you imagine? Can you imagine? So right now they have to decide who's the second shooter. I believe that person is going to walk, because if you can't identify him, unless one of those guys is going to say it's that person. But if you can't identify that person, then I'm thinking that the person is going to walk. I am really thinking that that other shooter will be walking. This is a sad case, people. Our teenagers and our young youth basically are out of control. Really out of control, guys. Really out of control. And a 12-year-old innocent bystander had passed away. 12-year-old died so soon, died so young, minding his business on his way to the McDonald's Plaza with his mom, and got a stray bullet. There was so much shooting that day, people. So many shooting that day. I guess the mom and everybody else didn't even know what to do. You saw innocent bystander running across the street, ducking, hiding, and all of that. The way how I see it, shooting this Glock, or shooting this gun, so many bullets coming out of it. They had no, I think they never had no regards for life, because shooting like that in a parking lot. But like you said, if somebody's going to shoot at you in the moment, what can you do? And like the guy said, he was in fear for his life. But in fear for your life, and shot so much. And even when the car was driving off, you were still shooting. So where was the fear? Somebody would say, or anybody who's on this case would say, okay, where was the fear if the car was continue to speed off? Anyways, a little bit of it, and we're going to jump off a little bit more of this topic, guys. And then we're going to move on to the rest, okay?
A 12-year-old boy caught in the crossfire of a suspected gang shooting dies. He spent several days in hospital. Tonight, the heartbreaking update of a crime that has gripped the city. Good evening. Police say he was simply out shopping with his mother when he was hit by a bullet not intended for him.
Tonight, 2 people arrested in the case are now facing murder charges, while the hunt's on for a third suspect. CTV's Beth McDonnell's been following this story and joins us live from the scene on Stone Court in Jane. Beth.
People who saw what happened here and people in the community who learned about it afterwards have been hoping and praying the boy would pull through. Today we learned he didn't make it. After 4 days clinging to life in hospital, the 12-year-old boy died. Saturday, he went grocery shopping with his mother, out walking, when he was hit with a bullet from a shooting in the parking lot across the street.
Devastated because everybody was praying. We were really hoping that
it would come true.
Police say 2 suspects arrested outside a store downtown had loaded guns with them, both now charged with first-degree murder.
The fact that the 12-year-old victim was not the intended target is not a piece of that. He was hit as these men were attempting to carry out their plan to murder someone.
The suspects are 25-year-old Joanne Smart, who police say was on a parole violation at the time, and 24-year-old Rashawn Chambers. Investigators say they are examining possible gang-related ties and links with other shootings. Police not releasing photos of the suspects or the name of the boy.
They have a 12-year-old son, brother, that they have lost. They are...
Oh, our youths are out of control in the city. Our youths are really out of control in the city. 17, 20, 23, 24. What are they doing with guns? No trade, no high school diploma, no degrees, nothing. Just guns, drugs, and in gangs, they claim. In the city, is there that much anything to do in the city? In the city, is there any hope in the city? In the city, if you have a criminal record, can you find a job? In the city, is there anybody else to look upon? This accused claim from he was young, hanging out in Regent Park, living in Finch with a single mother, he always saw people brandishing gun and selling drugs. So if you have the way out, would you continue to live down in the city with your children? If you're working and you're making and you can make ends meet, would you continue to live down those ways with your children? I am not sure. What is this world coming to? So much innocent children are going down the drain. So much innocent people are dying. And on top of it, these youths are brandishing guns. Guns. The one in the car that brandished the gun first was basically 17. The ones that were shooting at the car and shooting at the other car, they were in their 20s. Now 23 and 24. A little bit shy. Not even 30 yet. And in jail for murder. A 12-year-old child. Brandishing gun. So many bullets coming across the street shooting. Could you imagine, guys? So I had to come and talk about this content with you guys. Seriously and seriously. Had to come and speak to you guys about this content, okay? Trying to give you guys a content every day or every other day, rather. Anyways, guys, we also want to get to let's get to Diddy for a second, because I'm gonna wrap up this live. I'm not staying long with you guys, okay? So yesterday I showed you guys, if I could find it. If I could find it, guys. If I can't find it, then I'm gonna forget about this. But Diddy, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh no. Oh no, where is it? Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it. But anyways, Diddy, they claim they had a graphic freak off, okay? So we want to hear how the jurors gasping in the court after detailed Cassie testify, okay? So let's get into this one, quick and
Behind me, you
fast.
see the federal courthouse of the Southern District of New York. It's 500 Pearl Street. That's the exact address. And inside this courtroom on the 26th floor, there was intense testimony today by Cassie Ventura. She took the stand for a second day, walking into the court almost with a regal attitude, very pregnant, wearing a long form-fitting charcoal gray sweater dress with a black maxi coat over it and very high heels, which she just glided into the court, looking straight ahead, not looking at the side of the courtroom where the Combs family and some of the supporters who have shown up for Sean Diddy Combs were actually seated. So all throughout the day, the intensity kept building and building
and ratcheting it up. Yesterday, we learned of how she met Sean Diddy Combs. We learned of the early days of their relationship, of how she knew him for a while. He gave her a record deal, and then it became a personal relationship, which quickly devolved into these freak-offs, these sessions where she would be hiring male escorts to have sex with her, while Sean Diddy Combs allegedly watched from another part of the room or the hotel suite that they happened to be at. So yesterday, it was basically a young, naive, she was talking about when she was 19, when she was 20 years old, 21, a young, naive woman meeting this superstar who was at the height of his power, at the height of his fame, and that how she just became involved in these freak-offs, not so much because she wanted to herself, but because she wanted to please him. She wanted to make him happy. And then gradually, but very steadily and very, at a rapid pace, she found out that if she did not participate in these freak-offs, he would get angry with her, and then she said there were beatings, allegedly, and then he would also punish her by taking her electronics away. So today we basically pick up in the middle of their relationship. She's describing it, how he's becoming more controlling. They showed evidence in court, photographs of Cassie with bruises on various parts of her body, a big gash over her eye where she says she was shoved into the headboard of a bed at one of the hotels after one of these freak-offs, and that also the emotional toll that these freak-offs were taking on her. She wasn't able to pursue the music career that she had been promised and that she had wanted to do early on. And she was also talking about the emotional toll on her. She wanted to have a one-on-one relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, and she said she was starting to feel that all he wanted her for was these freak-offs, which he would verbally assure her that was not the case. But she said they were happening at the rate of about one a week, sometimes lasting from 1 to as many as 4 days. They were drug mules, she was taking ecstasy, they were taking cocaine, they were taking mushrooms. And then to come down on it, what she revealed today was that she developed an opiate addiction. She was taking opioids in order to calm herself down, and also to numb herself. And she said that's what was happening. She just had to numb herself from the entire experience, and in her words, she used the word disassociate from what.
So if she was high and Diddy was high, then so Diddy was on the loose as being basically a crackhead. I would just say crackhead, because a lot of time they say crackhead deal with crack cocaine and not heroin and all of that. So he was an addict. Okay, so both of them were. So how can they say that you didn't participate willingly? When you're high, do you know what you do willingly? I am not sure. And if you're high, can you participate willingly? I am not sure. So both of them were out of control. So then how can they say that Diddy is responsible for all of that when Diddy was always high at all times? I can't be bothered, people. I'm just being sarcastic. This is getting sinister and sinister, making a pregnant woman come and testify to be sympathetic. All of these kind of nonsense. Like, I don't get it. You took up a 90. So where was her family and her friends? Oh, I forgot he was a rich man. So whatever. It's crazy, people. Watch your young adult where they disappear to. If they're not in college or university, then make sure you go and rescue them, because they should be maybe possibly in something dark with a big man like Puff Diddy. Could you imagine? Let's continue.
Happening because it was just so painful. She also testified that over the years of her relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, she developed hundreds of freak-offs. She developed ongoing UTIs, urinary tract infections, which even though they were being treated and even though very painful, she had to continue doing these freak-offs. And then she also said she developed sores in her mouth from the activity that was going on, oral sex and things of that nature, baby oil, all kinds of things happening at these freak-offs with her and another man. And then she named at least 12 of the escorts, the male escorts. Their pictures were shown in
So much pina colada she was sucking. I had to put it that way, people. So much man organ she was sucking while her mouth was sore. Oh, Diddy, you took advantage of the little girl's mouth everywhere. Oh, Diddy, really? Oh my, let's continue.
court. And then when it came time to talk about some of the intimidation that she felt, she said that Diddy, when she would hesitate about participating in the freak-offs or tell him, I can't do this anymore, she says he allegedly threatened to expose her with videos. He had taken videos of these freak-offs and shame her publicly with the videos of those freak-offs. So today what happened was the judge ruled that the images, the still images from these freak-offs could be shown to the jury, which they were,
Mm-mm.
and very graphically, so graphic they must have been that one of the jurors basically put her hand to her chest and was like almost gasping when she took a look at them. They were not shown to the open court. They took great precautions with the video screens to make sure that people could not be seeing them from any surveillance cameras in the courtroom or anybody in the overflow courtroom. That was completely blocked and that they were completely.
Girl, mouth was sore, STI, infection, mouth sore, beaten and all. 19, so young under a man. Got so older, no music career, no children with the man, no marriage, nothing. I would tell on you too, bro. I would really lock you up too. Seriously. Because when that girl left Diddy and gone, that man would have blackballed her. She wouldn't have no music career like the rest of the people that cried about it. So Diddy is disturbing and troubling, and we don't feel sorry for Diddy, but this is crazy to me and disturbing for me. But what can I say? Not only that, people, we want to get in some other things. Let's run on with the content and wrap up this content, so to speak. Okay, guys. Also, we also want to talk about 1 second. I also want to talk about the next trial. Okay. Weinstein. Former model has reproached one of Harvey Weinstein lawyers for suggesting that her sexual abuse allegation against the ex-studio boss are lies. Okay, so she shouted out in court, "You should be ashamed of yourself, da da dee, da da da." She got into it with the criminal lawyer, and she was shouting and shouting and shouting, and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay, guys. We also want to talk about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg right now will be the Lions announced Tuesday that awarded winning musician, producer, and actor perform at the BC Place Stadium ahead of the team's game against the Edmonton Elks on June 7th. So Snoop Dogg is out here and he's gonna be performing, okay, at the BC Place Stadium ahead of team games. So Snoop Dogg is out here basically doing his thing as well. We also want to talk about the judge. Remember the judge that was in this case? Remember the judge was in this case. They wanted to get the judge off the case, but they didn't, okay? Then the former clerk of court who read the guilty verdict against notorious convicted double murder Alex Murdaugh is now facing multiple felon charges. They were supposed to charge the judge as well, but they charged the former clerk. This multiple Alex Murdaugh murder, I'm gonna come and talk to you guys about it somehow. Not only that, Becca Hill was arrested earlier Wednesday morning in Colleton County, South Carolina, and charged with obstructing justice and 2 counts of misconduct, according to the court records. She was also charged with one of the perjury in Richland County, South. Okay, so imagine all of this, that you're right here in front of a murder and you end up getting in trouble because of your nonsense. But we're going to come back and talk about that case another day. All right, pushing on, moving on, running on. All right. We also want to go back and talk about right here. Judge refused to block IRS from sharing tax data to identify and deport people illegally in US. So if you didn't know and you're illegal, the IRS will be sharing your tax data to ICE to come and get you. Oh no. Judge refuses to block IRS from sharing tax data to identify and deport people illegally in US. So if you're there doing your taxes, the IRS is going to say, ICE, this one is illegal. Come and get she or he. That is crazy. That is crazy more than crazy. That is crazy more than crazy. Judge refused to block IRS from sharing tax data to identify and deport people illegally in the US. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, 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 wow. So now your tax is going to identify you when it comes to the IRS. All right? Okay? We also want to talk about this. All right? Actually, this one here. Gerard Depardieu found guilty of sexual assault on a 2021 film set. All right? Paris court today has found actor Gerard Depardieu guilty of having sexual assaulted 2 women on a 2021 film set, giving him an 18-month suspended prison. The actor, 76, has been convicted of having groped a 50-year-old costume designer and 34-year-old assistant during the film of Jane Becker's Le Voilette Verte. Okay? He denied the accusation, didn't attend today's hearing. The actor was also slapped with additional penalty of 2-year disqualification for standing for election, as well as registration in the National Automated Database of Sexual Offenders. So it's not only Weinstein out here pushing his power. You have this man out here too, right here, Gerard, out here sexual assaulting too, as they claim. All right? And he's on the sex register list, if you didn't know. So all of these people that don't look like us is underneath the hush-hush, underneath rape, sexual assault, get a little bit of slap on the wrist, and still out here doing their own thing. They're not gone down like R. Kelly. They're not gone down like Puff Daddy. They're not gone down like how they did Bill Cosby. They're not doing all of that. So what I'm saying? These people just get a slap on the wrist, come out here and do some more nonsense and craziness, all right? So I had to come out and shout out that. Okay, let's get into some other stuff, all right? Let's get into some other stuff. So the federal grand jury indicts Milwaukee County John Hannah Dugan in ICE case. So remember this judge who let out the illegal on the side door? She interfered with ICE. Right now she lost her job. Right now, they indicted her. Right now, she's on charges. Could you imagine that you've been a judge all this time? Seeing over immigration situation, criminal cases, all kind of cases, and you make one human error by helping an illegal, and now your whole life is at a standstill. Now you're in hot water. Now you're going to face a judge while you were a judge. Could you imagine? I never heard nothing like that in my life. But right now, she's in hot water with everybody except the illegals who are fighting. Okay, folks? So I had to come and shout out that as well. All right? Running on. Now, remember the other day we talked about Jackie Robinson? Yeah, the other day we came and we spoke about this man and his wife end up in hot water because of his maids and his housekeeper and all of that. And we said that they're going to take down this man in 1, 2, 3. And they're going to actually get rid of this man. And all of this. And I said to you guys that, you know, he's in tremendously hot water. And this man is a married man. He shouldn't even be caught up with sexual assault when it comes to his helpers and all of that. Okay? So Dr. Umar basically came and had to say about the case that I'm speaking to you guys about. All right, so let's get into it for a second. So Smokey Robinson, Jackie Robinson was on my mind, but Smokey Robinson, Dr. Umar has a lot to say about him, and let's listen to this quick and fast, okay?
Black men and women casually date.
What are we doing, brothers and sisters? I'm standing with Smokey Robinson, brothers and sisters. I'm standing with Smokey Robinson, brother. Oh, yes. I'm standing with Smokey Robinson, brothers and sisters. How dare these damn salsa bunnies? How dare these damn salsa bunnies accuse the 85-year-old man? How can an 85-year-old man, how can an 85-year-old man assault 4 salsa bunnies? How can an 85-year-old man...
They said it's been going on for a while, way before he reached 85. They say 85 now, he slowed down, allegedly. It's when he was younger. It wasn't when he was 85 years old. Those workers been with him for a long time. So he was younger then. And even if he's 85, most of them don't have any documents or immigration status. And that's what they were scared of because they didn't talk, allegedly. So Dr. Umar is always in the mix. But anyways, let's continue.
So 4 salsa bunnies at the same time. Brothers and sisters, it's getting ridiculous. Brothers and sisters, it is. How can an 85-year-old man hold down 4 salsa bunnies at the same time? This is getting ridiculous. One of the salsa bunnies, I told y'all to leave that salsa alone. One of the salsa bunnies said, Uncle Smokey. One of the salsa bunnies said, Uncle Smokey assaulted me 23 times.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Lord have mercy. How could he assault you 20? What woman comes back a second time? What woman comes back a third time? What woman comes back a fourth time? What woman comes back a fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh,
13,
Dr. Umar,
14,
come on
15,
now.
16, 17,
18, 19, 20. Dr. Umar, get with it.
20, 21, 22.
Lord.
You came back 22 times after the initial. You came back 22 times after the initial.
Dr. Umar, they were housekeepers and they were basically living in the house, I believe. And Dr. Umar, they said that the little bit of money that they were getting, oh, if they talk, they would be homeless. Dr. Umar, they said that the way how their immigration status were, if they open their mouth and say people ta 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 ta, they would be on the plane immigration deportation. So they were scared out of their wit, looking after their family. And they let them down below minimum wage because this man was taking advantage allegedly. These are all alleged allegations still in court. I came and shout out the situation to you guys. We're just revamping this with a little bit of Dr. Umar and his nonsense at times, but more time he spit facts. Let's continue.
You came back 22 times. That was not sex assault. That was a relationship.
Oh no.
That was not sex assault. That was a relationship. That was not sex assault. You were in a relationship. He was clapping burrito bunny cheeks. He was clapping salsa bunny cheeks. He was clapping brown bunny cheeks. And somewhere along the line, you got upset. Maybe you thought he was going to leave his wife. Maybe you thought he was going to give you some money, a house. I don't know if Uncle Smokey made you a promise. I don't know if Uncle Smokey made you a promise. I don't know if Uncle Smokey made you a promise, young salsa bunny, but ain't no way you was assaulted and came back 22 more times in the blue room. Uncle Smokey got a little freak in him. He got a special blue room.
Yep, he does.
Uncle Smokey got a blue room. I think Puffy got a white room. What's up with these colored?
That's the same question I asked. First the baby oil room, the dungeon room, now the blue room. Oh, Father God. Smokey, oh, the blue room. Smokey and the big blue room, like the bear and the big blue house, came tumbling down. You know, this is crazy for me.
My brothers and sisters? Why do you need a special colored room in order to clap cheeks? Somebody help me. I don't need no special colored room for Cinnabons and peach cobbler. Oh, no, I don't need no room. I don't need no special rooms. When it's time for Cinnabons and blueberry cobbler, when it's time for Cinnabons and peach cobbler, when it's time for Cinnabons and apple cobbler, I don't care what color. I'm just kidding, brothers and sisters. I'm just being funny, brothers and sisters. Y'all worrying about the color of the room. Damn the room. Cinnabonanza. Let's have a Cinnabonanza. You got the buns, I got the ice cream. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. You got the Cinnabons, I'm bringing the ice cream. Let's have fun.
Oh, no.
You got the peach cobbler and the buns.
Oh, Dr. Umar.
But we're going to have to seriously do something about this snow bunny crisis. We're going to have to seriously do something about this snow bunny crisis. It's getting ridiculous, brothers and sisters. Make sure you hit the PayPal.
Oh, Dr. Umar.
PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
Get into it, man.
Uncle Shaq got those 4 snow bunnies under NDA. Don't do what our good brother Smokey did, Shaq. He got caught with 4 salsa bunnies. He got a polygynous salsa bunny situation. Shaq O'Neal got a polygynous snow bunny situation. Smokey Robinson got a polygynous salsa bunny situation. Uncle Shaq O'Neal got a polygynous snow bunny situation. Make sure you get an NDA. Make sure you get an NDA. You said Shaq is the big Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. You said Shaquille O'Neal and Clarence Thomas look like they could be brothers. Shaq ain't as bad as Clarence Thomas. Shaq be cooning. Oh, Shaq definitely be cooning.
From a long time.
Shaq definitely be cooning, but he not as bad as Clarence Thomas. They might be brothers, cousins, I don't know. But Shaq, make sure you get you an NDA. I'm trying to figure out how we don't want 1 black woman, but we got 4 snow bunnies.
Exactly. You see?
We don't want 1 black woman, we got 4 salsa bunnies. This is crazy.
Crazy.
This is crazy. We got polygynous salsa bunnies, polygynous snow bunnies. This is getting ridiculous. Somebody gonna pop up with a polygynous rice bunny.
And every day the black folks, a lot of these black men say that black women are gold diggers. But I want to know who's the biggest gold digger. Because every time you guys turn, you guys get a big lawsuit and the people them just come and take a big chunks out of you guys' pocket. So who's really a gold digger? I am not sure. But if you're out here sexually assaulting people, you have the right to pay damages and you have the right to go to jail. The way I see it, I ain't picking up for none of these men who are perverts. This man was a married man. Keep your lala or your winky in your pants. The last time I checked.
Somebody gonna pop up with a polygynous rice bunny situation, and somebody gonna pop up with a polygynous sand bunny situation. Black men do not date white women out of rebellion. Can we stop using the word black and African American? First of all, I'm an African. That's number 1. I'm an African. If anything, American African. I was born in America, but I'm an African. American African. You understand? I'm not going to stop saying black because I think black is the most beautiful color in the universe.
Yeah.
I think black is the most powerful color in the universe. Black soil, the black skin of the black queen, the black womb that gives birth to beautiful black babies. I will never stop using black. Now, if you got issues with being black, so be it. What do you want to call yourself, white? What do you want to call yourself, white? No, you don't want to Negroes is like to intellectually masturbate the white man's vocabulary. That's your business. You want to intellectually masturbate the white man's vocabulary? That's your business. No, for the respect and integrity and safety of our people. But brother Colin Kaepernick, I'm getting reports, my brother, that you have been snow bunny. Can somebody confirm if our brother Colin Kaepernick? Can somebody confirm if our brother Colin Kaepernick has been bunnied? I heard that you have.
So Dr. Umar is gonna stand with Smokey Robinson. You guys know that there's an allegation. You know that they said that he's a serial rapist and he's armed and dangerous. As you guys know, they want the police to look into the story and possible charge him and all of that. So I had to come and talk about that. Running from there, guys, wrapping up this live. Happy Thursday. Oh my God, tomorrow's Friday. Weekend already. Almost. And weekend just finished. You know, over here, it's going to be a long weekend for us. So that's a good look. I'll get a little bit more time to relax and do our thing. Now we want to go here for a little bit and go. We also want to go to something else. Hold on. I want to go to something else. So now, I don't know if you guys know that Damien, one of the politicians or whatever his name, in Jamaica came out and said that. I don't know if I could find it. 1 second. Okay, so Damien Crawford. So let's go to Jamaica for a second. Damien Crawford, okay?
Yeah, Jamaica. Good afternoon. I'm making this video in response to a video I've been seeing circulating with former Assistant Commissioner Newton Amos making untruthful suggestions of actions that I would never condone nor never participate in. 99% of what Mr. Amos said is untrue. And I personally called Mr. Amos on Monday of last week, informed him that this was not true. He acknowledged and he also admitted that he didn't see any of the things that you were saying and suggested that it was as a result of information that he received and that he did not see any of the things that he was saying. I asked him in that conversation, why would it be that as a former assistant commissioner of police, you would take hearsay and not investigate any at all? Why would you not have come to me, call me, and ask if any of that was true? Why would you, first of all, make a report and then make a video of things that was definitely not true?
Mighty God.
Therefore, what we will do in this video is to show video footage of the entire process of what took place, showing that we had no altercation, that nothing of the sort happened, and that there was no confrontation at all in that space. I can speak to certain matters of fact. First of all, that I came with no individual. I arrived from math classes.
Listen.
Invitation to play dominoes. I arrived from math classes with my assistant only. The video will prove that to be true. That Mr. Garrix arrived by himself. The video will prove that to be true. That the JLP were having their fun while we played dominoes unbothered. The video will show that to be true. And that the actual proprietor of the bar was at the table playing dominoes.
So if you know about this situation, they claim said Damian Crawford was in some kind of scuffle. They said it to the commissioner of police. Seems like there was an investigation. He was mad. He said, why would you receive something without knowing? He has the video of the footage of what transpired that day. So if you care to know about Damian Crawford or you care to know about those story, go and run over and go do your investigation and go watch that. I'm not going to drag it out soon. So I just drop a little piece and a little piece and a little piece. Let's run to mix up for a second. So after Chanel came out here and his son, who don't really get any mother love unless him and his baby mother are fighting, had some kind of issue, domestic abuse more than one time. He was cut up. Chanel was hand almost chopped off. Seems like Chanel hand is well. Seems like there's a problem again now in the house. As Kanto and his son, he doesn't want Chanel, but Chanel continue to follow him around and all of this. Okay? Let's get to this one quick and fast. I'm disturbed, but I'm not surprised. These young women nowadays, I guess, don't get it when somebody don't want them. So let's continue.
A man no bumbo clock want your brother. Me tell you, me no want you, bro. One more in a fuck, you know. One more in a understand. Move the man with don't blood clot yet.
Yeah, Chanel.
If you come and load up and make bumbo clot scene, bro. Me tell you, go on where you go, brother. Yeah, embarrass yourself.
Very embarrassing.
Bro, go on, boy, your business.
Well, listen, Chanel, I beg the man for come.
Me call you and tell you, don't come up here with the fucking, brother.
Matey a rebel and tell them to go to hell. Oh no. Matey a rebel and tell them to go to hell. Matey on the side, them claim joke the best. Matey in a Tajay life, I give Chanel hot foot and swell head and vexation. Oh no. Come now. Chanel out here. If it's not Anna and her man, is Anya and her man. If it's not Anya and her man, is Mika and man. Man. I wonder where they get all of this man self-esteem from. Anyways, let's continue. Oh, the black race. You're there. You're domestic abuse.
My girl, go on by yourself. One boy, your business before somebody hurt you,
Here,
bro.
I love you. Beat me some more.
No, that girl I call like him a dream to bumbo clock.
Here, there.
Must dream you a bumbo clock dream.
Whoa,
One
yeah.
boy, your business, bro.
Here, young girl up here, young girl with man. Oh, it look like man is on shorts. Here, there.
Treat your bumbo clock, my girl, along me tell us.
Wow.
Treat your bumbo clock, my girl, along me tell us. Treat your bumbo clock, my girl, along me tell us if you leave up front of me, my girl. What the
Here,
fuck
I
you
don't
have for
want
that?
you.
What that have to do with you? So what? What that have to do with you? So what? You want disrespect me? Answer that. So what? You disrespect me? Me disrespect you? Oh, me disrespect you. You bring a girl, put me back.
Here, there.
That alone you can't bumbo clock talk about. And that alone.
Tajay bring girl, matey in a girl room, in a girl bed, in a girl house, supposedly. Matey a rebel, so tell them, go tell, oh, some of the matey so bright. Wanna do the people them yard. Anyways, not my business. Oh.
You have to talk about. Calm down.
You there? You shouldn't have beg.
Oh, when you look for me, you tell me, say, you talk, say, you're cheap, you're cheap. And every minute I look for me, say, today I have a woman, no, Chanel, me not have a woman. Every minute you come to me, Chanel, I know I love you. I'm say, today I know say, I love you. Today you know me love you. You know, you would never do this thing. No amount of time you for. My girl, because you're stubborn. You're stubborn. No matter what me say to you, say, yo, me not even come to one conclusion and say, yo, bro, better you just give me some.
Some of them matey on the two out harder and I wanna do that the woman house. Yeah, matey on the two out harder, man. No, no place, brother. John no star. No. Here, matey now. Matey pick up all phone. Here, matey.
I'm girlfriend.
Here, matey.
Girlfriend.
You and girlfriend?
Yes. Yeah, me and him talk.
You there?
Yeah.
You're reaching out to mother, the baby. All right, look here.
That's the most sensible question me hear Annie asked in a long time. How you reaching at the people in them house with the baby mother, that baby? Matey, you're too out and bright. She now should have buckle you. I wouldn't believe in violence. What are you doing at the lady's house? I saw respect. I saw uno so flighty, and I saw phone front jumpy. That you're not so brave enough to go disrupt the girl. Although you're taking her baby father, you're so bright enough to go to the house. What is wrong with you guys? You look like you're not see one coffin one don't like or need. Because when going to someone's house and taking her baby mother, knowing that how they were fighting with knife and cutlass or whatever they were fighting the other day, Chanel almost lose her finger. I'm not afraid that Chanel chopping you guys up in the house. No, that no claims that she mentally ill. No claim that she always a cut up herself. No, that no claims that she always a draw a knife. No claims that she always a butter bruise Tajay and Tajay always a butter bruise she. You guys ain't afraid that she draw a knife to come and find you in her home? Someone a young girl and someone a matey too bright. And I'm not gonna stop until someone hurt you know. And I'm not saying people should go out there go hurt people from man. But what are you doing at the little girl's house? How dare you? These are the things that I'm talking about. Someone don't have no respect, don't have no manners. When I take people man and no one war with them, when I take people man and no one guard the house, when I take people man and no one drive the car, when I take people man and no one half of the people them paycheck. Really? Like when I have to know better and do better, man. Kiss my teeth and pass. Anyways, guys, wrapping up this live. Kiss my teeth and pass. Happy Thursday. Thank you for stopping by. All right, guys? So wrapping up this live, I had to drop all of that to you guys. Quite so. And thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, I really appreciate it. Now, guys, I want to say big up to those who come and watch the content, whether I come on night or day, morning or afternoon. I really appreciate you. Okay. I also want to say a big thank you for those who always come watch the content, whether it's a good content, whether you're not okay with the content, whether you don't agree with the content. I appreciate you. Thank you for inviting me in your home and on your devices, whether it's your phone, your iPad, your laptop, or even your TV. Big up your nice, clean self. Thank you for having me. Respect for those who always wait. I know I'm coming with a content and sit and watch right through the content. I really respect you. Thank you so much. And for those who's having a happy birthday when it comes. And for those who having an anniversary, I'm gonna drop that. Happy anniversary. Keep your man shot. And if you love your man, keep him unconditionally. Let me shout. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, to the people in my life who make me smile, love me, support me, and bring me joy, thank you. I really appreciate you. And I just want to say, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Okay, guys? Don't forget to like, comment, and share and subscribe. And not only that, guys, peace and love. Thank you so much for coming by. Now, yesterday when I was showing you my gifts, one more the gift left in the box, in the bag, people. And I didn't get to show you guys, so might as well I do so now. Okay? So you guys know that I got a bag of things, a bunch of things. And I forgot to show you guys this. I also bought this for myself, the Coach earrings, and this is a silver one, which it should be a silver. It's a silver one, okay? Just like that Coach right there, the silver Coach right there. I got this one for $60 and change, okay? And it's a Coach earrings, and it's really nice and girl and cute and girly. Okay, so I come in that little bag there. Got my little receipt there. Tie up that. And then, guys, the last one that is in the bag. Yesterday I was so tired I even forgot to take it out and show you guys, because I showed you guys the other stuff. But this set I really love. This is from hubby. I really love this set, people, really. So this set, guys, it's an Alex Bitar. So I have an Alex Bitar. Got an Alex Bitar earrings. Look at this, really nice. Go look it up, Alexis Bitar. It's a nice name brand. I also got an Alexis Bitar. One second, I'll take out my receipts. So Alexis Bitar, okay, and also Alexis Bitar. If you don't know, look it up. And the Alexis Bitar, everything that comes with it. And then the bangle. Look at that, guys. Nice, thick, nice. See there? And then the earring to match. Alexis Bitar. If you don't know, now you know. Okay, so that was one of the set. Okay. And the other stuff that I showed you guys that I received, which I have them on the floor here because I didn't pack them up already away. And like I told you guys, I'm going to show you guys again. I bought this Michael Kors bangles, the 2 set for myself. Got those on sale. Also, it matches my necklace and whatever, my earrings that I have there. And it also matches an Michael Kors necklace that I got from hubby. I also got a Alexander McQueen phone case and everything. And it tells you how to carry it, how to store it, blah, 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 real leather, authenticate, and everything, the authenticity and everything on it. Right here, you drop your phone in it, guys. And it comes, you could put all different cards in here, like 1, 2, 3. Lots of cards could hold in here. And you could put your phone in here and other things. So a nice Alexander McQueen. Could call it a little pocketbook, or you can call it a phone holder, okay? And And then I got the Dolce Cabana glasses to match with my earrings. And then I bought myself a slippers and all of that stuff. Okay, guys, so that was my Mother's Day gift I received. And a few things that I bought, like the Michael Kors bangles and this Coach earring. And I bought myself a YSL glasses as well. A yellow one. The YSL glasses. Saint Laurent glasses, I should say. The yellow one. And this glasses right here. And it's a yellow Saint Laurent glasses. Still have the tag and everything on it. And it's a nice yellow glasses when you want to wear last. See? It says Saint Laurent on the shade. So when you put it on, when you put it on, you'll be like, yeah, girl. And Saint Laurent right there on the shade. And everything authenticity. The cleaning rag. And also have my gift receipt in here. And that's what I bought myself. That glasses. I got some other stuff, and then the slippers. I got the slippers myself, and then I told you guys I got the Dolce Cabana earrings, and then I bought myself this slippers, which the slippers is this one. You know this name brand of the slippers. You know who this is. Yes, and it's so nice when you're tied on your feet. 1 second. When you're tied on the feet with this band, this come around and this show on your foot with a little scarf that comes with the slippers. And all of that. And yes, sometimes I wear size 8, depends on the making. Sometimes I wear 8.5, depends on the making of the shoes. These ones come usually small. Still have my tag, still have my receipt. So I bought myself this one right here. Okay. And stuff like that. That, yeah, this, yeah, that. And then I don't know where, oh. And then I don't know where it is. I don't even know where I put my glasses, the other glasses. Oh, and the Dolce Cabana glasses that I got to match my Dolce Cabana earring. Receipt as always. It comes with the little case that comes with it. It comes with instruction how to clean it and stuff like that. It comes with a little case. If you don't want to go with this case in your bag and it's too big, then you could draw for this little case that comes with it. Okay, and then you also have the box case. So nice and good. So you have the box case to hold it. You have the case itself. And then you have the little case itself. Oh my God, don't get any better than that now. See, and it's a Dolce Cabana. Hold on. I have my tag and stuff on it and everything. My Dolce Cabana glasses to match my Dolce Cabana earrings that I got for Christmas. So those are the stuff then that I got. I also bought myself a Kate Spade sheet set, because you guys know I like some sheet set, some comforter I should say, and all of them good things. Okay guys, so wrapping up this live guys, thank you for watching, thank you for coming in the live. Hopefully that you guys enjoyed the live, and at the end of the day guys, happy Thursday, peace and love.